Hello, hello, hello. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning. We're doing some final checks, make sure everything's tickety-boo, and then we're ready to fire off into space. Back in a moment.
You have been granted passage among our stars.
This is a sacred service. Join our fleet's torchbearers.
It is the human who defiles our pilgrimage.
No one has ever ventured this far.
If the ancients turned their eye back to us, well, what could a beetle do against a hurricane?
What the hell's wrong with the sky?
Are you about to do something unwise? Absolutely.
What have you done to me?
Hello everyone, good evening, good afternoon, good morning to you. We are back again with another stream. These come around very quickly. Very, very quickly. I hope you're all well anyway. I hope you're all tickety-boo. Wherever you are in the world. I hope it's not too hot or too cold. But yes, here we are with another stream. So, what is on the agenda this time around? Well, we're back in Everspace 2, as you can see. You know, very observant of you if you've spotted that thing. We're also going to be doing Q&A. If you've got any questions, we'll always try to answer them. But the biggie for this week, for this time around, is we've got an interview with our creative director, Wütherich, who I sat down with yesterday. And yes, we had a good chat. We'll talk about all things creative directory. And yeah, good questions in there from you all as well, so I'd be interested to watch that. Racing challenge. I know you boys and girls have been enjoying my flying skills. I use the word skills very, very loosely here, but yeah, we've got another one which is going to be around the Loophole, which some of you may know. It is a bit of a challenge. I've had a wee practice. I won't tell you how good or bad that went. But yeah, we'll do that. And we've obviously got the top picks that you boys and girls wonderfully produce for us every month with your favourite screenshots. And yeah, it's going to be draw pictures in there. So yeah, I think we should get loaded up. But I hope you're all well. Hope you're all fabulous. I see Linny, Delta Vista. How are you doing? Clicky, Bearded Frog with us. Wizard Jerry, last week was too hot in the UK. Yes, it was. And I believe, being a UK person myself, it's going to be hot again soon as well. So yeah, yeah, we're just not designed over here for those temperatures. I think a lot of people in Europe were suffering as well. So, shall we dive in? Let's get loaded up. Let's find my game. It's in here somewhere. Where are we? There we go. Save hard 2. The reason for that is that I accidentally deleted my old one. So yes, we have this one. But right, here we are. Close Encounters, go to Rhodia 2. So we're cracking on with the Wrath of the Ancients content. If you've got the DLC, hope you've enjoyed it. So let's kind of get out of here, shall we? Let's jump on out. Hello. You can tell we've got Carla's perk, can't you? If you've got Carla's perk unlocked, by the way, just a little hint. If I go to here, go to perks, and then we speak to Carla, I have Location Scanner, which reveals the completion ratio of locations on the star map, but also reveals what type of secrets are still to be found for each location. And it does kind of as help. Same with Supervision, which reveals any remaining secrets in a location if most of its secrets have already been discovered. Rain Andy, all the way from Indonesia. Good evening, good afternoon. Hello. Thanks for joining us. So yeah, that's a little hint. So if you see these and you've got the wonderful Carla perk unlocked for Supervision, then that does help you complete some of the areas, or it will help you with the areas. So let's go. Let's get on. Let's move on. Let's boost out of here and be gone. But yeah, keep cool, keep hydrated as best you can. You know, I know it can be quite warm out there for everyone. You know, quite warm for me under these studio lights that I have. If all of a sudden I start melting, you know why. Let's fast forward on. We've got no Michael, we've got no Lee this week, so if you do have any questions, I will try and stop and answer them as I see them. And when we're doing when we're showing the interview with Uva, I'll make a note of them and try and answer them after that. Here we go. That was very loud. Starting to go a little bit pear-shaped.
I don't got it. It's like trying to swat mosquitoes. Yeah, I'm not feeling real positive about this.
Come on, Alec. We need you to be positive. You've got to be positive, man. You've got to be positive. Incoming!
This rock can't take many hits like that. I have a target lock.
Pew pew pew. Pew pew pew.
Watch for the phase change. When they convert to energy, our attacks restore them.
There we go. Big hint there from Terrine. Wonderful voice actor June.
Keep them busy.
Right, here we go. Keeping them busy. Right, let's see if we can do some damage.
The portal looks like ancient technology. Where are they coming from?
They fill space around us. They enter from outside as beacons do.
Okay, we are healing him. He's at level 30. Let's try and destroy that.
The presence of ancient ships and portals is flooding the area with Kion radiation.
Kion radiation,
Is that
not
gonna
good.
blow us all up?
Shields can protect us to an intensity of 100 grays. Above that, the radiation will disintegrate the hull.
Right, let's try and get some of these turrets online, shall we? While I'm getting absolutely obliterated by
Noted.
the ancients.
We just lost a coolant line.
That's not good.
Okay, Ben. So far, but this rock isn't stable enough for that kind of battering.
Come on, let's do that. Let's get some of these. Optional. Come on. Thank you. Well, let's go do some energy sockets. Oh, I was trying to be clever and I launched it past. I was trying to just drop it in and just whiz past, but that didn't work. That did not work. Right, here we go. Hostiles detected. No. You're joking, aren't you? Really? I've never seen these before. Right, that's one done. Right, let's try and get another one created. Too far away.
Stop! Adam, more are coming.
More are coming. That's not what we want to hear.
Oh, hell no.
That's not what we want to hear.
Bad.
Wow. I actually got shot. My energy ball got shot. Come on. Give me. Hey, thank you. This is rude. Dope. Here we go.
Oh, that's another structural hit. Eduardo, take over my post.
Where will you be?
Bracing the hangar. If it collapses,
Bracing the-
none of us get
Boom.
out of here.
Despite
Hey,
efforts,
there we go.
ion levels continue to rise.
Let's get some repairs done. We've got some wreckage. Reconstruct the drone. Repair drone. They're doing all the damage for us. What we need.
All that jumping around's messing up my aim.
They do. I think they do. Jumping around like loonies. There we go. Can we do the damage? Yes. It's gone. Boom, boom. Right. Oh, there we go. Still hitting it hard. Right, let's just get another one on the go. If we can get the turret.
Our
Oh,
structural integrity fields are collapsing.
I can keep them running for a little while.
Tammy, help me prep my ship for launch. I'll
There
swing
we
by
go.
medical for aid kits. I'll
indeed.
hit the galley for rations. Meet you at the hangar.
Right, come on. Mortar shoot. Boop, 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 boop. Thank you. Oh, he just crashed into it. Rubbish. And more ancients. Like seeing you here.
Ion radiation is reaching critical levels. Shields will not protect any of us much longer.
Damn it.
Ow.
Everyone, evacuate to Delia's ship. We need to clear the area. Serene, pick them up. Her drone isn't built for combat. I will see it done.
Yeah. Go.
Alec, Ghost, we cover Terene. Keep those things off him. Copy that.
Cover him with the
We'll retreat to
blankets.
Union
That's what we're
Bridge.
going to cover him with. Get Terene's evacuation. Yeah, we will try. Come on, Terene. In you come. There we go. Boing, 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 boing. Luckily that ancient swarm is way down there, so he's not bothering us too much. Ooh, hello. Come on. There we go. Repair drone. Do some more wreckage repairs. Thank you. Whilst the Vindicator does do a lot of damage itself, it's always handy to have your drones doing some damage as well. Look at that, we've leveled. Nice. Oh yeah. Ow. Ancient swarmer drone to the face. Not very nice, was it? Come on, there we go. Boing boing, boing boing boing, boing boing boing. Pew pew pew. He's over here. Let's we deal with him. Got free shot. Well, I actually hit Ghost. Must have been tagging Ghost accidentally. There we go. Let's not fire any more at him because he's a healing. Now detected. Reconstructed drone. She's always good. And there we go. I think we might have just done it. No, we might have just done it. Doink.
Clear.
Let's get out of there. Because there's something coming through. That is not what we want to deal with.
We got a big one coming in.
Get out of there, Tareen. Now. Everyone brace for maneuvers.
Go, go, go! Alec, cover Tareen starboard. I'll do my best.
Do my best.
Take ion emissions, attenuate incoming fire.
Tareen, I'll keep them off your back.
Make a hole.
Make a hole. Go on, Tariq. Boom. There we go. Whoosh. Yes. This was a very cool cutscene that the team put together, I just thought. That did not go very well for us at all.
Structural collapse.
Yes. Pavel over on Facebook on second playthrough. Nice. Enjoy, enjoy, enjoy. I couldn't tell you how many playthroughs I've played through. Technically, a lot. Across various versions. Good to hear that so many are playing it on handheld. Yeah, Everspace 1 or Everspace 2. Yeah. There we go. Right.
Disaster alert. All frequencies.
Citizens of the Beltigrades, human settlements face attack by unknown forces. A refugee haven is being established at Prescott Starbase. If you can, go there for safety. Good luck to us all.
Oh yes, it's all going pear-shaped. Right, let's get out of here. Head to Union Bridge. If you do have any questions, just throw them into chat. I'll try and answer them as I see them. If I can answer them. Some questions we might not be able to answer. But we shall see, we shall see. All right.
Scrap. They're attacking here too? Tareen, did you get out all right?
We are in Union, but the Ancients are attacking this system as well.
Hive, what's the outpost status?
No life signs, no ships. It appears they heeded the Commissioner's evacuation call.
If everyone's safe, we can burn straight for the gate.
We're burning, we're burning. Where's the gate? Where's the gate? There we go, there's the gate. I was sat waiting. Down, boom, boom.
Out of the frying pan into another frying pan.
Agents everywhere.
Left for Prescott, and the stations have evacuated. We may ignore these attackers in good conscience.
High on radiation, swarmers, everything. Let's just get out of here if we can. We don't get attacked. Swoosh. Gotta keep moving. Gotta keep moving. Don't want to be under attack. Definitely. Ooh,
the
right.
colonial fleet has overridden the navigational beacons in Union. All supralight vessels are being redirected to Prescott Starbase.
Well, let's hope that the Ancients don't turn up there. Away we go. Real Brother Lance, are you guys sending this into an MMO? No, we're not going to be doing any further development with Everspace 2 or anything like that. And I think MMOs are not in our remit, to be fair. That's a very big undertaking. So yeah, I wouldn't expect any MMO coming from us.
Ship here?
Present and undamaged. It appears the crew are rendering aid to refugee vessels.
Good. Put me through to Cato.
A moment.
Adam, meet me at Freight Terminal 17. We can talk while I work.
Oh.
He's not at the casino, huh? That's different.
That is different. Okay, let's go find him then. Down below.
We have a medical emergency. Is there anyone who can assist with burn trauma? Transport, gather any aid supplies you have. I'll walk you through triage on a private channel.
Nice. There we go. Right, let's buckle down here.
I'm dockside, organizing food distribution. You'll have to come meet me.
We'll look for you. We lost our base, but it sounds like we're not the only ones who are homeless.
You lost your... Huh? Marianne, get the crew at Pier 6 on the line. I'll have something sorted for you by the time you get here.
There we go. There we go. All hell's broken loose in colonial space. Any hint on the next game? No. No news. As soon as we're ready to announce anything, we will, but that's just not the time at the moment.
Damn, a lot of people got uprooted by this.
This is the tip of the iceberg. There are refugees all over the DMZ. The Okar are allowing Colonial Fleet in for disaster relief.
I guess Cato isn't so bad after all. He's really doing all he can.
Cool, cool.
Speak of the devil.
Adam, there you are.
Mr. Cato, thanks for all your efforts and for putting us up.
A lot of us went through this before. 15 years ago, when the war broke out. People here take care of each other. Alec was there, a fellow survivor.
Eat when you can, sleep when you can. Gotta be practical.
He might outlive us all. Adam, walk with me. Now, we go back, you and me. So I'm gonna do you a favor. We both know you can't operate out of Terrine's ship. I'm in a position to help.
Indeed.
I'm hooking you up with this old beast, the Golden Ace.
The Golden Ace.
Wow, it's huge.
Wow! This old jug keep? I never thought I'd see it again. I used to entertain for Mr. K back when this was doing cruise runs for the old drunks off Prescott to Palamon Crater. An old Colonial Fleet carrier, you know? After the war, they sold it off. Mr. Cato got it for a song. Ah, those were the days. Come on, I'll show you around.
He's way too optimistic.
Are those slot machines?
Wait, is this a cruise ship?
The bridge, where all the action happens. No daiquiris on the consoles, if you please. First round of shots with the captain at 1400 hours.
That's not safe.
The cafeteria, where the party really starts heating up. Just keep the chefs away from the wine.
Yeah, thanhanks for answering that, Frog. Yeah, Crimson Razor, just so you're aware, we've got no more DLC planned for Everspace 2. We are currently working on future projects.
You guys will be doing all your chit-chat here when you return from a mission, since that's what you seem to do all the time.
So, what do you think?
We could fit all our ships aboard for sure, but nothing's ever free with you, Cato.
Indeed.
What do you want for this?
I'm not all about ulterior motives. The DMZ is my home too. But I do gotta ask you something. This isn't a trade-off. This is an ask.
Just hit me with it.
Look around. We got people sleeping on the hangar deck, and more ships arrive every minute.
Indeed.
We can't fight the Ancients. But why would they attack us at all? Someone needs to get to the bottom of it.
I've no intention of leaving the people of the DMZ in this predicament. We'll do what we can.
Your help would be appreciated. I'll have my people transfer your cargo aboard. After that, she's loaded up and ready to go.
There we go. Nice, nice, nice.
I'll head to engineering, start learning these systems.
How much were we able to save from Rhodia? Did we lose any ships? How are we for supplies?
Indeed, how are we for
Everything
supplies?
was still loaded aboard my ship from when we evacuated Dax's self-destruct.
Cato helped us offload it to the Aces hangars and cargo holds.
Adam, what we learned about Kions, how they warn of ancient attacks, that needs to be shared with the public.
Commissioner Hawk could get the info out, but she's probably too busy running evacuations to respond.
Terrine, can you forward our data to Fallon Pango?
Tell him to spread it as far as he can?
Will he not require compensation?
Not for this. Meantime, we should figure out where the attacks come from.
These overlays feel different from beacon incursions. The manifold surges then ebbs, like tides, Kliko. There's motion in both directions.
So, if we find a place under attack, we can follow the bad guys home?
And risk getting stuck there. Those portals don't stay open long.
Indeed.
Good point. I'll send a remote through.
If that is to be our course, there are quivers in space-time from the direction of Cephas.
Scanning. There are escalating Kion emissions at Forlorn Vale.
I'll head out. The rest of you follow Ben's lead. Get familiar with this ship.
Indeed. So there we go. Obviously, this is the big kind of change with Wrath of the Ancients. It is kind of spoilery territory, but I mean, it's nearly a year coming up. Is it August? I can't remember the exact date that we released Wrath of the Ancients last year. I think it might be more now. So yeah, you do unfortunately lose home base, but you do get now a mobile home base, which allows you to fall wherever you like. So yeah, that's a big change. So all your stuff is still here. All our gathered consumables, crafting inventory, and everything else is still with us. It's just on a slightly more mobile variant, should we say. There we go. Right, so we've got the pilgrimage. We've still got Rips in Space, which is to open up all of the portals, should we say, the spatial bypasses around there. But obviously we need to look at Clygon, solar particles, dark energy, and everything else that we have. I'm not entirely sure if we have all of the consumable stuff yet. We've only got 7 dark energy, so we do need to find some more. But one of the places for that, somebody was asking this the other day, one of the good places to find that is in and around the Kait Nebula. There's a lot of puzzles, secret stashes, etc. Around like the Ascension, Athorian Fault, Aethor 1, for example. That's got 18 secret stashes. You will find a lot of those there. So if you are heading out that way, then it's definitely a good place to venture. Right. Do we have things we can sell? I think we do. We need to sell some stuff, don't we? But we're not on this ship. So let's head out. Whoosh. There we are. Right, let's...
Citizens, please. The Colonial Fleet is here to provide aid and protection.
Indeed.
We need all your ships to move to a central anchorage point. Our escorts will be posted around that perimeter.
Indeed.
Hawk is here already? Hive, can you get me into contact with her?
Hailing. We have been placed on hold. There are 3,416 ahead of us in the queue.
That's a no then. Let's focus on getting to the Vale.
Indeed. I've no reference, if there's any reference rather, for the number of 3,000, etc. So before anybody asks, I'm sure somebody would. Right, let's sell some stuff because we've got an absolute bucket load. Aethon Signal. Okay. Still using the Pigeon Stair. Starting to age a little bit. Starting to get a little bit long in the tooth there, isn't it? So we'll sell that. Sell jet. I mean, that Castile's Protection, we're still rocking that. Still rocking that, but yeah, we'll sell that. There we go, there we go. There we go for that as well. Anything out of there? Let's get done, let's get going out of that. Ooh. We've got the Inferno. Not bad, it's not bad. Do we want mines? No. Sell some of these stuff. They're not bad though, they're not bad. Let's EMP are okay for certain things. If you ever need to stop somebody, EMP is quite good if you have it enabled on your ship anyway, at least. Let's keep that. Okay, we'll get rid of that. You never know if we're going to use a cruise missile, so we'll keep hold of that. What's that? That's at level 18. These are 27. Okay. I'm just going to swap them out. We are going to dismantle that. Down. Do that. All that. Sometimes you just got to have a good tidy up, haven't you? Just get rid of all the stuff that you don't really want anymore and just go, do you know what? Meh, don't need it. Don't need it. Right, we're not going to buy any ramen or anything like that. We are going to head down, way down to the bottom, to the black market dealer. Sometimes they have some decent things. We'll have to see. I don't whack into any big objects. Whoop. There we go. Black market dealer. Whee. And we do. Yeah. Okay, let's see. So we've got an energy core. We'd lose a bit of boost, but we gain on everything else. So 26 over 27. Okay, I think we might purchase that. Buy and equip. Yes, we shall sell the current one. There we go. I'm going to buy a couple of these. Guess you never know when we're going to use them. Don't need that. Don't need that. Union signal decoder. I will activate now. Oh, I've got 5 already on the go. We need titanium for the storage. We need that for there. I'm not really too worried about anything else. Ramen. Everybody sells ramen. Not everybody wants ramen. Ah, dear. Structure. I get more speed even though I do lose some structure. 30% hull restore when it goes below. Okay, we are going to have to do some upgrades soon. I'm going to have to be on the lookout for various things. Yeah, so we might actually just look. What have we got in Union that is not allowing me? We've got one there. Okay, we're going to have to discard that. That's very old. That's definitely old. We don't need that. Right, let's get out of here. There we go. Do that. Yes, yes. Well, that's handy. Hi. HRA right next to us. Let's go do a HRA. We haven't done one in a while. One of those activities that, you know, you can do whenever you feel like it. I just don't always do. Whoop, hello. Let's not crash into things. Just catching up with any chats. Frog, I could craft, you know. I mean, that is always an option. I just, you know, sometimes I like to find. Sometimes it's more fun finding than crafting. But, you know, it likes you to do it different ways. Right, let's crack on. Let's see about getting rid of him. Sniper boy. Do not like you. Yeah, you can go.
Result.
Okay. There we go. Yeah, we are struggling a little bit with our weapons. I think a little smidge here, but you know, we'll just get the. There we go. Outlaw bomber. He's struggling a little bit now. Yeah, definitely need to up our game a little bit in terms of damage. We are struggling. Come on, repair drone, repair drone. And repair. There we go. Nice. Phalanx again, cool. Yeah, there we go, he's down. Ayres, throw that in, bit of that as well. A bit of everything going on. Yeah, keep going. Nice, nice. More wreckage there. Repair the drones, keep them going. Yeah. Come on, drone. Right, thank you. Yeah. There we go. There, get the phalanx going again. And boom. Thank you. There we go. So yeah, we are struggling definitely on the damage side. That was a good test to see how you are. We may have to hopefully find something. Let's get some wreckage over here. Repair that drone. Boink. Yeah. That's nice. Get the corrosion on. Nice. Get the repair. Lots of repairs. Wreckage. Okay, only a little bit of repair. Come on, drones. Do your business. Nearly there. Okay, anti-missile, Weber drone. Yeah, I'm not hanging around here.
Use your boost to become unstuck.
I did. Leave me alone, Hi. I've been doing this. I'm an expert. I'm a madcap. He's what's he gone? Bang! Oh, fighters. Do not like you.
Intercepted.
Demolition. You go on as well. Right, so we've got the drone still rocking. Yeah. Low and steady wins the race. That's the kind of tortoise in the hare scenario, isn't it? Yeah. Another bomber. Raider, sorry, not bomber. Ow. Yeah, face full of rocket there was not fun. Come on. Really don't want to use a missile on you. He's definitely got out of the way. Right, let's just grab that. Repair. Let's repair these drones. Let's get the other one done. There we go. Okay. Tormentor. Corrosion. Gone. Boink. Nice. Yeah. Come on, hostiles detected. Come on. Corrosion injector. Come on. Ooh, hello. He didn't like me there, did he? Definitely not. That's not very nice, was it? Right, let's grab some wreckage. Come on. Repair those rooms. Yep. Nice. Oh, that tormentor. he was actually tormenting me. So yeah, I definitely needed to just get him out of the way. Teleporter drones. Annoying. Let's get him done. Nice. There we go. We've got the boss spawn. Woof. There we go. So yeah, a bit of concentrating there in that fight. Again, just down to our DPS being a bit lacking, but you know, developing. It is what it is, you know. We'll deal with it. Right. Where's the boss dude? Over here. Right. Elite Outlaw Destroyer. Yes, let's see if we can destroy it, shall we? In your face, literally. Not moving. You're not helping. Oop, hello. We are struggling just a smidge, but that's still a day. We will take it down. Yes, come on. There we go, another drone. And yes. Keep the fire, Come on, Vince, open up. You know you want to. Nearly there. There we go. Boom, boom, boom. Yay. You should, hopefully, get some good loot. There we go. There we go.
You have found a new blueprint.
New blueprint. Right, it's... Yes, so we've got a few things. We can have a look. All these turrets as well. I wondered what was giving me a bit of pain on there, and it's the turrets. There we go. Let's just get the wreckage sorted. We'll have a look at our stuff. Oh, right, so everything's repaired. Nice, nice, nice. Right, so what did we get? What did we get? Aethon. Okay. So that's... I mean, energy-wise, not as good as the Synchro Pulse. Well, our problem is the Pigeon Stare. It's just not doing enough damage. Any questions that have come in that I need to kind of look through? Let me have a quick scout-a-roo. Wow. Okay. Good. Yeah, if you do have any questions, just tag me or tag Rockfish Games in the chat, and I'll see it. I'm on Rockfish Games this evening because we haven't got any Lee or Michael. They're busy this weekend, which is totally fine. But yeah, cool. Right, anything else that we want to put in? But yeah, weapons. Castile's protection is just holding on barely. Just about. We have got a flak for a connect. I think we might change that. We still use the energy on the high velocity synchro, which isn't bad, and then we'll swap to the penumbra there as well. But time is marching on already. Right, I think we should swap. I think we should watch the interview with Uwe. We had a fantastic chat yesterday. It was only yesterday that we managed to pin him down for an hour or so to have this conversation, all about being a creative director, specifically here at Rockfish Games. So yeah, if you want to grab a drink, park your bum and get comfortable, we'll switch over to the dev interview and yeah, enjoy. If you've got any questions, do throw them in the chat, by the way, and I'll try and answer them when we come back after that. So yeah, we'll be back soon. Welcome everybody. Here we have another wonderful dev interview, and this time around we've got our creative director Uwe joining us to talk about his role and everything around being a creative director. Welcome Uwe, thanks for joining us. Thanks for taking some of your very busy time out to do this for us. Welcome along.
Hey, hello, my pleasure.
First off, it's always the question that we lead with is asking the interviewee what about their role. So what is your role as a creative director and what does that encompass?
Yeah, I mean, we already have like a quite creative team at Rockfish, so we have like many creative directors, to be honest. But I try my best to like curating the best ideas and like bringing the team together and trying to distill something that has consistency, and that's can be written down somewhere, documented, so that we remember what we said, remember what the vision actually is, so that we don't like get too far off the road along the process, which can take over several years, as you all know. So I try best connecting all the different disciplines together. And there is, of course, Michael, our CEO.
Yep.
If we go out on a bike ride together or on conferences and so on, we like talk, then sit down and like develop a vision. And then I'm someone to like bring this vision to the team or like somehow convince them that's maybe a good idea to do this and to do that.
Yeah.
But I'm not the classical director, dictator. It's really a team effort at Rockfish. So yeah, that's roughly it.
Yeah. I think a lot of people that have watched these interviews or have been following the studio for a while, I think they certainly know that it's very a collaborative effort within the team. It's, you know, it's not just one person. Everybody has a voice. Everybody can have an opinion, and your role seemingly is to just help guide that along, you know, with input from all directions as such. And but I kind of the follow-on question to this is that your introduction into the gaming industry was a little bit unique because your background is nothing to do with gaming as such. But what was your background and how did you get your step into the gaming industry?
I studied architecture, like classical career, and I also finished the career. But along the way, I was already like developing skills for like 3D modeling, 3D animation. And then I started also as an architect and with exhibition design, with museums, competitions. And still like expanding my 3D knowledge and slowly drifting from like software rendering into real-time rendering because it was just like faster and interactive. And already back then in the 90s, we did like projects based on game engines. Just like real-time projects for architects. Still. And then I actually met Michael and Christian more than 20 years ago, and they were like running an architecture visualization company. And I was hired as an architect. And then along the years, we drifted from like working for architects, just like one projects. We said, okay, maybe it's just like more rewarding and way better to do a project for the entire world, for millions of users. And the first projects that I made as an architect they were also like entertainment projects, like the Red Stag in Berlin, for example, or like World Expos, Biennales, etc. So I'm used to like making a concept for entertainment, for interactive entertainment in the real world, and now it's in the virtual world. So it's not so different after all.
No, that's really interesting. It's coming from such a seen as a different discipline in terms of architecture, but obviously Michael and Christian were involved in that industry, and it's interesting. I didn't know your backstory of how you actually met, but obviously I knew that you'd met Michael a long time ago. But that's quite a good transition, to see. Now, speaking more specifically about your kind of role and how the whole creative process happens, so what does a process of something from a conceptual kind of environment into being developed into the game, what is that process like here at Rockfish?
Of course, we start with some like ideas in like spoken form. I usually sit down with lead game designer HCK. If it's which locations or NPCs or any kind of feature. Then hopefully we write this down in a list, and then from this list we do some sketches, and then if we like the sketches, we select them like thumbnails. The sketches can be done by hand or also in 3D recently. And then from the sketch we build a block out, 3D block out, NPC, or if it's a location, we also like block those things like in a really rough manner and rough way. And then the ideal process is to bring this into the game as early as possible and test it for the proportions, sizes, and the potential of gameplay that we have written down previously, and then see, does this kind of match? And if it does, that's good. If not, then we do the whole thing over and over again until we get like block out that is a rough shape or form that works according to the theory. And then this is like detailed and brought to like a game ready state along the way, with several play tests in between with a larger audience, like our internal play tests. So that's the ideal process, you could say. Sometimes, of course, this is short depending on the complexity of the asset. If it's a drone, maybe compared to a Leviathan, I mean, you see the size difference. And the Leviathan in Titan's DLC, that was it was a long process, really. This took like years to develop. And I think if I remember right, we did think about the Leviathans and space whales already back then with Galaxy on Fire. So sometimes those ideas can take years to get to life.
Yes, it just shows that something may not fit. For example, it may be just an idea to start with, but then it can be brought back in the future. And I'm sure there's been many instances of that throughout the development. With regards, obviously, that process, there's the time it takes. What would you consider is the most challenging aspect of your role? Be it on Everspace 1, Everspace 2, whatever it is, what do you think has been the most challenging?
It's the process of selecting those ideas, how to select them, how to agree, who has a say.
Yeah.
I don't want to overrule opinions from the team. Sometimes I just can't tell if it's true or not. You need to test things out. Sometimes the budget is there, sometimes it's not. Sometimes space whales can live. They won on other occasions. They need to wait years before they come to life.
Yeah.
And it's challenging to really say, do I have to push this idea through? Or is it something that can or should wait? It's challenging. And then, of course, when we were doing the Kickstarter campaign, we had very early promises to our audience, to our Kickstarters.
Yeah.
And I mean obligations rather than promises, because we said, yes, you will get this and you will get that. And that's also challenging to satisfy their expectations, fulfilling our promise, and then still staying like not forgetting our own personal vision of the game. I mean, often that's something more intuitive and something you can't really tell where it comes from. And I see this often also with the Hardsecar. I mean, he doesn't have to think a lot, and it's maybe not really like a conscious process in the head. It's just like you say, this fits and this doesn't fit. And I think that's perhaps the best guidance, because this is what we are, and this is what we can do best, And then it's authentic. Then it's what we think things have to be and things have to feel. That's maybe also the challenging thing to. There's always this stretch between expectations and between what are you able to actually deliver from your heart and not from your brain, so that's the difference, I think.
I think that's definitely a kind of recurring theme for anyone on the team is balancing those expectations, from so many different angles, whether it's within the team or, as you've said, from our players, going back to like the Kickstarter and everything. And I mean, I was one of the Kickstarters way back in the day of Everspace 1 and Everspace 2, and a dev team has a vision. That vision may shift and change through development slightly. As you've said previously, it depends on the time and the budget, for making things actually work and happen. Flip side to that, obviously they're very challenging aspects. What would you say is the most rewarding part of your role then?
If you manage to actually touch the emotions of your audience, in all the disciplines that are available to you, like music, storytelling, design, gameplay, prize. That's the most rewarding. If I see, and I mean, we have of course people in our community. You are one of them, and maybe others that are streaming and twitching. Reviews that are written where people really say, "Oh, this is so cool, this is so awesome," and this is, and okay, this was perhaps the right decision, without doing the calculation if it was worth the money. But at least you see, and that you have reached the heart of your audience. That's, I think, pretty rewarding for us and the entire team.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's, as you said, it spreads across the whole team for that. Now, I'm going to switch to some of the community questions that we've had come in. Some of these have been around for a little while because as we've been trying to get all these interviews done, it's collating all the questions from everywhere. Now, our first question is from our Discord from Kizor. And they'd like to know, is there usually a solid image of how a mission or story arc starts and ends, or is it more fluid and evolves while iterating?
I mean, it works in the same way like the art assets that are developed. So we start with a rough idea. We bring them in like relation to each other. That's also very important. We need to know how long we want players to play this mission. What's the most important aspect about it? And yeah, if I like think back how this worked out, the mission line of Everspace 2. I would say that this was pretty much consistent, and we didn't like change things a lot, around a lot. So this solid image, of course, needs to be tested, but I think it more or less stayed like faithful to the vision. Otherwise, it's just not possible to do this. I mean, just look at the amount of playtime, the complexity of the mission, the size of the team. You can't start over too many times, you know. So you need to have like a solid foundation from the beginning. Otherwise, you rather sit down and let's play with words rather with game levels and game assets. It's just like too time consuming and too expensive in the long run.
Definitely. Yeah, because you can iterate, but as Uwe just said there, you can only do it so often, especially with assets that you've generated, because that is a huge process, as he said as well. Changing words is a lot easier, but changing, you know, whole assets that are within the game can be very, very difficult.
Yeah. And I also have to say, I mean, our team, they have a lot of experience. We all have decades of experience. I mean, they know from experience that those things might work, and those things you don't even have to try them out. It's just nonsense. So yeah, so that's an advantage. And we are not so big. We can sit down in one room still and talk about those things. Yeah, and that's a huge advantage compared to other way larger studios.
Yeah. I can imagine some of the bigger teams that have got like hundreds of developers on can be very difficult to manage in various forms. Now, another question, this time again from Discord, from Percival. And they would like to know, what % of proposed ideas make it into release, and how often are they combined from multiple ideas?
I mean, if those are ideas coming from like thought through and talked through ideas written down in like mission outline, it's relatively high, the percentage. I couldn't say, it's 50-50, but it's relatively high. And of course, we try them out in play tests. Sometimes we combine them if we think, oh, that was cool, or maybe we can do this for that mission. But it's relatively high, you know.
Yeah, I can
For the
imagine.
same reason,
There's a lot of times where one idea fits into a story arc or it doesn't, and you can use that elsewhere. Again, it's iteration and changes that can possibly happen, but it's good to hear that it's such a high percentage, or it can be relatively high percentage, because that obviously means that, you know, the team are experienced and they know what, as you've said, fits and what will work. Good. Another question from Discord from Pesky Husky this time. They'd like to know, how do you come up with the names for the faction, characters, systems, etc., such as the Okar and GMB, the Navark or Zarkov and so on? How does that all come about?
That's also a team effort and many sources of inspiration. Some names are like legacy things from Galaxy on Fire back then. These are just like the name of the street our studio is in. Straße. So one of the characters was called Eduardo.
Yeah.
Edu R2, you know,
Yeah.
and some game authors, they just like may propose and we think this sounds cool. Let's just use it. Like Oka was from a game author. Cool. Yeah. And I think Bernie came up with Grady and Brunt. He's from Ireland, you know, so he had this like connection. Navar, that came from Kevin, I think, and Zarkov and all the other international names. Yeah, like from different backgrounds. So it's not that there's one guy deciding all the names, it's a group effort. And then again, curating, sitting down with the team and then discussing, oh, how do those names sound like? And I can't really tell because it's for an English audience. So I need someone like Bernie or like Joshua, our story or narrative consultants. How would this sound for an English ear or an American ear? And then we do the selection here again. So that's how this comes together.
Excellent. So we kind of take elements from many, many aspects and also different mythologies, different cultures, etc., that can all kind of tie in easily. But as you've said, it's very much a kind of group effort. Now, this kind of ties in with a question from Pesky Husky again. They notice some of the names and elements within the game come from cultures all around the world. What kind of inspired you to incorporate those elements from different cultures? Again, you've touched on it briefly, but is it just stories, games, etc., that kind of give you that influence?
I mean, space has always been like a race of nations into space, so I think it's already logical to like come up with like different nations. And now they're all spacefaring. They all come from planet Earth, so of course in the Belgrades there will be a reflection or an echo of those nations, of course. We have like contacts with Chinese, Korean, Japanese partners, OIs even. So we thought this should be reflected. Korean concept artist. And I worked in China myself, in Shanghai.
Oh, wow.
As an architect for the World Expo back then. So I thought these names would be there. So that's basically it. So.
Cool, yeah. So again, real life experience and people that we've interacted with have kind of fashioned our designs in many, many aspects. Carrying on with the question again from Pesky Husky, they obviously knew that you were from the architectural background, but did that play a role in crafting locations and puzzles? And if it did, can you tell us about, more about the designing them, or was there any puzzles locations in particular that you enjoyed designing?
I mean, I wasn't so much involved in the designing puzzles, but I was certainly involved in the design of the locations. So I did do like architectural drawings of those memorable and iconic and like expensive to build locations. So like a ground floor section and like more or less sketching this how this could look like. Like the Vesna mining colony, for example. This was like one of the larger locations. Then the Alpha Draco thermal plant, volcano, the lava lake underground. And Gilberton Naval Base was also like a cool place, with this tilted, half submerged space station. So those were things that I actually sketched, and I thought would be cool, like the tilted thing, and then all the water and the diving passages and so on. And the puzzles themselves, they were all done by the level designers. And of course, I was discussing, there could be like here and there maybe a puzzle opportunity, but this was all they're doing. So I didn't like say we need this and that puzzle. No.
Cool. Yeah. I mean, we've the environments that we've handcrafted, and Tony and Marv and everybody else that's worked on those, and the designs around the environments are just phenomenal. That we create not only a storyline, but there's other little elements that you can see with our puzzles that are involved in the game. I know some people have spent hours upon hours finding all the puzzles and looking at every nook and cranny that is in our game, and some enjoy it, some don't, and we certainly know that. But next question, it comes from Reddit, because we did a shout out on Reddit, and thank you very much for those over on Reddit for throwing in a couple of questions. This one's from Pellenth, and they ask, what is an aspect of Everspace 2 you would like to have changed or had more time to develop?
Well, it's a pretty large game world, with all those locations that you were mentioning. But they were built, like many of them, to fulfill the golden path or the main missions and the side missions. I would have liked to implement more living and breathing world features, like more traffic, more creatures, more things you can just stand by and observe what is being done, and better understanding the logic of the locations, like mining, cargo, maybe some skirmishes between warfaring parties, and then just watch the play. So I would have liked more of those things. They are sometimes expensive and a nightmare to build, and then they interfere with the golden path and with other gameplay. So no. We never had any time for this. This was also we had those releases every 3 months, another update, and then another star system, and crafting all the locations, the main missions, the ships. So this was always bam, 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 and no time for contemplation or those pretty features, that you might discover after having observed, the world for a while. But anyway, and then I would have liked more budget and more time for the cinematics. I would like lip sync. I would have liked more time for the animation process. Same thing here. We only had a couple of weeks time to produce them, and we just had 2 or 3 guys in the studio who doing them by hand and then animating them. And this was always I would have liked more time and more budget for that. And same for the modular ships. I also think that it's cool that they are modular, but we should have put more thought into the modular design, and that's again something just we need to release, and then no more time to spend here, and next feature. That's just the way it is.
I think it's something that we've definitely touched on all through the live streams that we've had over the years, is that one of our, and I'm sure there are other development companies that will feel exactly the same, is one of our most precious commodities is time. We always, we've got so much we'd like to achieve. There's so many aspects that we'd love to put in, but we are, restricted heavily by time, and that is a precious resource for us. So it's good to hear that there's, there was always the idea of, having these nice background elements, as you've said, with, warring factions and watching things happen in the background, and, just it being more living and breathing as a universe. But sadly, we just can't fit everything in, and it's very difficult to do. And as you said, Uwe, when you've got this golden path of a story, you don't want anything to interfere. You don't want anything to get in the way of that. And sadly, we do have to cut things back. You touched on the modular player ships, and we did actually have a question from Morbihan over on Reddit regarding those. And they said, did you have concepts for the various ship types and assemblies, or did you go with an entirely modular approach of having 10 wing types as a separate concept and the same other bits that make up the ship, and then combine them in ways that looked interesting?
We did concepts, block outs for the modules, then we put them together into one archetype of a bomber, interceptor, sentinel, gunship. And then we developed the detailing of those modules according to this one concept. And then only later they were cut again into different modules, and then put together randomized and put in the shops. And I think initially I said, no, let's not randomize that. Let's just use the best combinations and let the players later do You know, the combinations of the modules. This would have been the better way, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
That we we had them randomized, and we didn't really control this modules combination process.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, it's always a matter of taste, but again, as I said previously, if there is a vision how things should look like, I think we should like sit down and then select the best ones, and we just didn't have the time to do this, unfortunately. And a lot of time was spent like building the modules and like thinking about all the classes and subclasses of the ships.
Yeah.
And then there we didn't have the time to really curate the ships in the best possible way, which is a tragedy. I mean, I would have liked to put more time in there as well. But anyway, it's just the way it is. We can't change this anymore.
Yeah. Again, it just comes back to that whole time thing, doesn't it? We don't have time. The deadlines and everything do creep up on us. But I'm going to call you an industry veteran here now, because obviously you've been working for quite a while now, 20 odd years within the industry. In that time, what is your biggest realization regarding the industry? What do you think, like, it's like, wow, you know, you either didn't expect it, or what has changed that's been a pinnacle moment?
Yeah, maybe when I started, we always thought, oh, it would be cool to be to work on like large titles, and whatever it is, and to work for a AAA studio and stuff. But the longer you are involved, the longer you see like also the fate of other like colleagues that you have in the industry, other companies with AAA, you find out it's actually quite a rewarding and more fruitful situation that we are in as a AA, as a small studio, and with a team that has been working together for decades. We know each other pretty well. Of course, we have our difficulties here and there, but it's still way easier than if compared to a AAA studio. That's what I see. And often I'm glad that we are in such a position, and also that we have such a good connection to our audience and to our community. This started with a Kickstarter campaign, and you are totally aware of that. And previously we were like working in for mobile games, and I didn't have this connection to the community back then. This were millions and millions of users, but I didn't really know them, to be honest. And with Kickstarter and with the forum for Everspace 1 back then, and also like the streamers, people like you, this changed quite a bit, you know. And then you have like a different mindset if you do something for the game, for your community, and and for the best of the game and of those who are playing it. Right?
Definitely. I certainly I think it's just shows how the industry has changed, and it will always change. You know, it's a fluid kind of thing. We've had, you know, YouTube, we've had streaming. What's in the future for the industry, and, you know, getting the word out there, we don't know. I'm sure something will come along. And as you said, when you were going back to Galaxy on Fire, you had millions of installs on people's phones, but you didn't have that connection. Whereas when Kickstarter came along, it was totally different, because you got that connectivity with the player. So yeah, things do change, and it's very much a fluid dynamic. Now, I always ask this one. It always seems a little bit suck up kind of question, but I always like to ask it. What do you enjoy about working at Rockfish Games? I know you kind of already touched on it about the community, but specifically, what do you like about working for Rockfish Games?
Yeah, because we are such a small team, and because we are still indie, we have creative freedom, and we can, and we are able to produce it and to deliver it, because we have a better team.
Yeah,
and we're not depending on so many other things. If you're an architect, you're depending on, you know, politicians, on like, of course, budgets, but then it's not your budget, it's someone else's budget, depending on hundreds of different contractors, and the weather, and what contracts, etc. It's very hard to be creative in that context.
Yeah.
It's way more creative in game development.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And there is a technical aspect to it. There's an artistic aspect to it. There's like a cultural aspect to it. And all this combined, I mean, yeah, that's what I understand creativity should be all about.
Yeah. No, that's good. It does echo within the team that everybody here genuinely does enjoy working for the company. Everybody has a different viewpoint of that. Obviously, Hoover, being the creative director, has that creative freedom that he desires so much, and it's enjoyable. And I think it's testament to how well the studio is run. Now, outside of working for Rockfish Games, do you play many games yourself? What is your go-to relaxation hobby? I think we already know.
Yeah, of course I do play games. I like games that are, narrative-based, you could say.
Yeah.
But if the weather is fine, and I also like going on cycling tours with Michael, talk about games maybe.
Yeah.
Talk about our vision. But it also clears your mind. It lets you like step away, a step back.
Yeah.
From like staring at screens constantly. I think that's very important, to do something physical. And to remain fit. So I do cycling, triathlon. We also go sailing with Michael and Christian every once in a while, Baltic Sea. So that's something that we do. We also go racing there. So, and we talk about our studio and the games in the meantime. So it's always there somehow.
It's always there. Yeah. It's Uber is definitely the probably one of the fittest, if not the fittest guy at the studio. I think every time I've been to Hamburg, he's cycled everywhere, and he cycles for miles, and he thoroughly loves it. And he's got a wonderful collection of cycles as well. So cool. But it's good that you got a relaxation hobby away from, as you've said, looking at screens and everything as well. So our kind of penultimate question is, obviously you play games, you watch films as we all do. Has there been anything that really stands out that's influenced your creativity? It could be a film or it could be a game. Have you got good examples of those?
There's actually many. I couldn't really point out one special thing, but what I'm often mentioning is Stanley Kubrick, or Star Wars and Star Trek, especially the new generation. There's like lots of inspiration from there. For the art and for the creatures that was the new Mandalorian series, I think that's something that's actually pretty cool. And also like watching the concept art, and when the credits roll, it's always super inspiring for me. If it comes to like the staging and storytelling, maybe it's the Kurosawa movies and the book series. That's a game, about those samurai. Tsushima in UK.
Yeah,
I really liked Detroit Become Human. The artificial life and human life aspect that we have in Everspace with the cloning thing.
Yeah,
that was super inspiring. And gameplay wise, I still think Portal 2 is fantastic. It's like one of my favorite games. It's like gameplay, and the creativity in gameplay is fantastic. I really like the Mass Effect series, or the sci-fi in space, the characters, the storytelling, the mission design, the level design. That was all super inspiring. We often talk about Skyrim, the open world aspect of it, and the side missions versus main missions versus player freedom versus like crafting, etc. I actually like the Dragon Age series as well, but there was like with storytelling basically.
Yes,
I'm a fan of the Witcher series 1, 2, and 3. Also, I played them all, and I really enjoyed them from the narrative perspective. GTA, of course, always a good reference.
Yeah.
And yeah, so those are the things that are in my mind.
Yeah. Cool. This is always a tough question, but I do like to ask everybody. But if you could have worked on one specific game, and I know this is always very, very hard to do, if you could pick out the one game, what would it have been?
I mean, we made some fantasy games back then in the mobile days, and I've been into sci-fi for decades now, and I always thought maybe one day another fantasy game would be cool.
Yeah.
And I really liked The Witcher because it was like the first fantasy game back then when it was Witcher 1 that had a little bit like a more grown-up approach, you know, on like the aesthetics, on like storytelling. I always thought that could have been interesting. But then, as I said previously, I mean, Project Red is a giant now, and I met many of those guys working there and on conferences, and it's just a machine, and it's insane. It would be, I think, too big for me.
Yeah.
Being an architect maybe would have been interesting for like environment design, like level design, cities, and all the props they have. So that would have been interesting, you know, for me perhaps. On the other hand, it's like AAA, it's too many people, and then as I told you before, maybe I wouldn't enjoy that.
Yeah.
Too much, really, to be honest.
Yeah. No, I mean, even with like The Witcher 3 getting another expansion coming out soon, you know, I think it's next year. I mean, that's just ridiculous. But it's a brilliant title. I mean, I've played it quite a lot, and it is fantastic. But as you've said, it's such a huge project. And then obviously the next Witcher game that's going to be coming after that, again, is going to be absolutely huge as well. But very difficult to manage overall for all them teams.
I'm curious how they will perform, and Witcher 1 there will be a remake about Witcher 1 as well.
Yeah.
But I'm curious what Witcher 4 will be all about with Ciri and so on. So that's
looking forward to it. Right, that's the normal part of the interview done. As always, now we always bring in 10 rapid fire questions, which Uwe doesn't know about. He hasn't seen these questions, but I know HCK, Michael, Malty, and the others have done these questions, and it's pretty much a which do you prefer or which is better in your opinion. So I'll give you kind of two options, 10 rapid fire, and we'll see what Uwe comes up with. Usually it takes a few seconds to answer, but if you're Michael or Malty, it might take you about 30 because of the tough questions. But right. First question is water or beer?
Water.
Okay, water. Question number 2, the Eiffel Tower or the Colosseum?
The Colosseum.
Colosseum. Okay. I did think you'd go for the Colosseum because of the architectural aspects of it. Yeah. Question 3, classical music or dance music?
Classical music.
Classical music, okay. Question 4. Travel 500 years into the future or 500 years into the past?
Into the future.
Into the future. Cool. Which is your favourite from Eduardo or Carla?
I think Eduardo.
Eduardo. Cool. I definitely know the answer to this question. Question 6. Cycling or running?
Cycling.
Definitely. Question 7. Reality TV or a drama?
A drama.
A drama. Cool. Question 8. When sat on a plane, do you prefer a window seat or an aisle seat?
A window, of course.
Yeah. Question 9. Which is your favourite meal, breakfast or dinner?
Dinner.
Okay. And the last question, again, I always ask this to everyone on the team. Which do you prefer, Everspace 1 or Everspace 2?
I'm nostalgic, and I really enjoyed Everspace 1, and was like, so I almost would say Everspace 1, yeah.
Yeah, cool. Everybody does struggle a little bit with that question. It's almost like choosing your favorite sibling or your favorite, friend. It's like, I don't want to choose. But yeah, a lot of people have gone for Everspace 1. But cool. Yeah, there was a few in there that I thought, yeah, Uva's just gonna, know exactly what he likes here. But yeah, I'm a window seat person on a plane as well. I like to see, I like to look out the window. Right, that wraps it up. Thank you, Uva, for spending time, taking time out of your day to join us. It's been an absolute pleasure talking to you and diving into the whole process of being a creative director. And, hopefully you've enjoyed it too, and it hasn't been too bad.
I enjoyed it a lot, Gary. And thanks for your efforts and for your dedication. And also thanks for all of to our fans in Kickstarter or Everspace 1, 2, and future projects. So I think it's something quite exceptional that we have here. Thanks a lot for everything that we have done for us as well.
Yeah,
thank you.
Thank you for those kind words, Uva. Right, I'm going to hand back to myself and continue on with the rest of the stream. See you soon. Right, there we go. While we start to set a few things up in the background, that was a wonderful interview with Uva. Indeed. Don't forget, if you want to follow us on the Discord, TikTok, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, LinkedIn, if you're in that professional capacity, do follow us over there. More than welcome to. And let's just bring ourselves back in. Oh, there we are, back in the game. Here we are, back in the game. So yeah, wonderful interview with Uva there. Lots of good questions that he answered. It's always nice to get a different perspective as well, because a programmer or UI is totally different discipline to what Uva does. So it's nice to see how all the things come together, and that was really cool. Gary's God, you hear his words but do not see him. Indeed. But I'm back now. So yeah, team Lenny, I say there, team window seat. Yeah, I love to fly. I like to see the takeoff and landing. I know some people hate flying and everything, but every time I do, I always prefer, if I can, especially on the longer haul flights, to be near the window just to look out. And there, so yeah, some great 10 questions. They're always fun for the team because I know they're always like, oh, that's a difficult one. I know Frog said it's a bit unfair because we all need water. Yeah, to be fair to you, when I spoke to Uva afterwards, he said if you'd have said water or wine, I might have struggled. So there we go. A little tidbit. Now, anyway, we've got a little bit of time. We do need to do another challenge, don't we? A bomber racing challenge. So let's just find it up. Ayres relay station for Loophole. If you've not seen these, he started a very, very long time ago. And it was a challenge I think Eric originally did, which was flying a bomber in first person with no inertia dampeners on, and trying to do these race courses. Some of them are very troublesome, and I actually don't think I'll be able to do them. This one, I've had a little practice on this one on Loophole. I could just about manage it, but that's without the pressure of streaming, because it always kind of goes wrong when I stream. It really does. It always goes wrong, and I'm like, so the pressure. So we're going to try it. Some people do not like racing, and that's totally optional. We don't force it on anyone. But if you do want to do them, then there are the challenges here. Now, obviously, it says you can just about see somebody's done a silver. This is not my game save. It was one that I acquired off somebody with a bomber build, and I thought, yeah, that's not too bad. Add terminal velocity. Yeah. It's an interesting one. Now, build wise, I'm very standard. Optimize energy. We've got eco recharge booster. It is very, very plain vanilla when it comes to kind of handling. I haven't even, I'm passive wise, I haven't, got anything in there, or nothing is really boosting my handling as such. But It's fun. You know, I've got 153 on the handling. I'm sure that could be improved dramatically. So it is a tough prospect. But yeah, I still want to see other people's attempts at these because it's very, very difficult. But we're going to give it a try. It may take a few attempts to do this. It did when I practiced yesterday, I think it was. So anyway, here we go. Let's try again. No inertia dampeners, so it's very glidey. And I am not using a controller or anything. I literally am just on PC keyboard and getting zapped. Thank you. Woo. There we go. These handbrake turns are always a problem. Wow. That's gone very wrong, hasn't it? How are we doing on the time? Come on. Then we've got to do a flip over here, which is always an interesting one. Oh, we just clipped it. We just clipped it. Can we get through here without bonking onto anything? 53, 54, 55. Ah! I did not expect to do that. Let me just tell my inertia dampeners before I end up into the planet. Oh dear. I genuinely was getting a bit worried there. I love the confidence there. It was going too good. But yeah, it did. At one point that was a bit... let me just go back to the start. I'll see if I can get any quicker with that because that was usually, I'd say. Nice. We managed it. Like I say, there are other... I don't use teleport. I'm trying not to use any devices, Gary, over on YouTube. I'm trying to keep it as just literally control with booster and roll, etc. So yeah. Yeah, I was a bit dubious as well, Frog. Don't worry, I was a little bit worried. So I'm going to try it again. Still got inertia dampeners off in first person. Yeah. Absolutely, like I say, I don't use devices. Whether that changes in the future, I'm not entirely sure because we may need to. Oh, I missed it. I missed it. I'm going to have to restart. I really have to restart that. I was hoping the belly of the actual ship would have just caught that and it didn't. Try again. Let's see if we can get better than... I mean, we're not going to get anywhere near silver, are we? I mean, that's just nuts.
Madman is on his way to possible victory.
Possible victory. I love Maurice. I think he's great. There we go. And it's here where you do that first slide round. Keep going on that way. Bit of forward thrust. So, there we go. Need to do a bit more slidey. I'd never make a race a rally driver. That is a fact. Never make a rally driver. Right, up we go. Yeah, this one is always the tough one. Nope. Oh, we got it. We caught it. We actually caught the edge of that one. That is very surprising. Right, come on. We got through this. We got through this. Ah, you know. There we go. Even better. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. That turn is horrible. And even I literally fluffed that one. Now I'll tell you what we're going to do. Driftcon wants you. I'm very surprised. I do actually have another save. Actually, do you know what we're going to go? We're going to go back to the original. I want to go back to the original, which is Scraprace. This was one that started it all off. We have always struggled, and I haven't practiced this in a while, so I want to see if I can still do it. But yeah, gaggling with the tongue out. Well, yeah, it's the concentration. And I know that while streaming, you guys are just like uber critical. There we go. There, look at that.
Welcome back, mon ami.
Mon ami.
Hi, Maurice.
Yep. Come on, let's skip. Right, come on. Let's try it. So yeah, we're going to do the original. I haven't tried this in a while, so I have no idea how this is going to pan out. Oops, hang on. There we go. In first person. Because this used to be a bit of a nightmare. Ooh, hello. It's amazing how you start leaning your body physically just to try and get through sections and stuff. Yeah. Platinum or bust. Not sure about that one, Frog, to be fair. Okay, we're down, we're floating. Do you know when you can see the rings around the other side? That's the worrying part. That's the worrying part, it really is. That way, come on. What's the time? 1:36 on bronze. Okay. I'm not trying to be... Come on, we got this. Come on, we're getting there. Through here, test. Yep. There's one tricky part up here, which, yeah, here. Come on, slidey. Oh, okay, on 20 odd seconds, I just can't fluff it. If I get something wrong here, we are in trouble. We've got about 10 seconds. Come on. What's going on? Oh dear. Genuinely, I've not tried that racetrack since I think the first time we actually did it, which was probably about a year ago now. It's been a while. Floor it. Yeah. Oh, that was surprisingly better than I expected. There's something strange going on. Now, I will load in another one. Gary is the master now. Definitely not. Let me just bring up another one. Now, there's one. This one. I've tried this one, and honestly, I don't think I'm going to do this. So we'll end on a failure for these, and sadly. Things, when things have been going too well, you just need to be brought back down to reality, I think, and this is definitely the case with this one. Hellride, sorry, Rockbottom rather, not Hellride. Genuinely, I'm not a fan. So this, yeah, let's see how this pans out. It's this way, okay. Because there's so many turns, and walls and stuff. I've never got anywhere near this one, to be fair, whenever I've tried it, if I'm honest, so don't expect any miracles, because it's 57 seconds just to get even bronze, which is a bit of a nightmare. There we go. The thing is, it's so tempting to think, I can just boost and I can just pick up so much speed, and then you realise, no, that's probably not a good idea, because it could just go wrong very, very quickly. Through here. Where do we go? Round to the right, isn't it? Oh, okay. Belly of the beast. Right, come on, 57. Oh! So close. Oh, I don't know what I was out there, but I think it was something like less than half a second. Oh. If I'd have totally gone wrong on that, I wouldn't have done another one, but it's just a little bit too close for comfort. That's just not on. That's just not on. I need to do another attempt now. I'm going to try again. That's just... Right, come on. Let's not stick the tongue out too much, because otherwise it'll be, might put people off, including myself. Come on, we got this. Whoop. I'm leaning in my chair like that's going to make any difference whatsoever. Oh, no. That boost there, that boost was just totally wrong. Oh, dear. Okay. Right, let's go back. Let's start again. Okay. I've got some wonderful screenshots I need to show you as well about... there. Come on. We got this. I can't believe I was so close the first time around. That's just so annoying. Otherwise, I wouldn't be doing this. I would not be doing it. Didn't lean hard enough. Exactly. That's the thing. You need to really lean into these things. You lean into these corners. Okay, through here. Yeah, just got to be careful. Give it a little tweak of the boost. Yeah. Come on, which that way around. Come on.
Not the most exceptional performance. I know you can do better.
Yes. I'm gonna have to clip this. You do realise I'm gonna have to clip this for posterity. 3 races, and we've done them. I mean, okay, not perfect every time, but you know, we can't have everything. But yeah, 3 races in one evening. Woo! Again, inertia dampeners, first person in a bomber, very bog standard. Nothing dramatic. Nothing dramatic. But yeah, done it. Do you know what? I'm gonna give myself a round of applause. I never have thought that. So I practiced that the other day. No, it did not happen. Did not happen at all. That was so difficult. So yeah. But it kept wrong. The new AI version of Gary is great at Everspace too. Let's not go too far. I've been practicing a little. Right, let's just do a quick intermission switch over. Let's just get rid of the game temporarily while we bring in some of the wonderful screenshots that we have from our audience. They've been superb, absolutely superb, and we are thoroughly blessed that you boys and girls keep smashing them, absolutely smashing them every month. And yeah, we want to see more. Right, let's bring in for the showcase. There we go. Bye-bye. Here we are. So, for those of you who don't know, I scour the internet for various pictures used on Steam, Reddit, our Discord, our socials, for pictures every month that I always think, do you know what, that's a real good picture. I like that. And then I put it towards the team, and the team have they take about a week to decide on the choices that I give them, out of the 10 choices, and it's up to them. They do decide their favorite. Now, last month, if I remember correctly, we had a couple tied for second place, and we had just one winner by about 1 point. And even this month was very close. I think the top 3 were separated by, in fact, I can just check. Just bear with me. I can just check. Yeah, the top 3 were separated by only 2 votes. Yeah, only 2 votes. That's how close it was. So yeah, nuts, really is. Anyway, this first one is from a new entry. I haven't seen this one before, but I liked it because it's the asteroid and the planet in the background, and I love the coloration. And this one's from Soap. Yes, that wonderful thing that everybody cleans themselves with over on Steam. Done a wonderful job of capturing this with their Vindicator there, the very long-nosed Vindicator, flying in on the side there. I mean, I say it every time, and I hate repeating myself, but we're very blessed to have some wonderful vistas that we can fly around and we can zoom about in, and enjoy a game in. And this is just one of those things. And top marks here to Soap, because I like this. I really did. It did stand out, and I always like to try and find people who maybe have just got the game. They've maybe just found the title on sale, or you know, they've been recommended it by a friend, which is a fantastic option for us. If you do have any friends, by all means do give us a shout out to them if you think it's a game that they might enjoy, and if they're on PC, then they can try the free demo over on Steam, which is a nice vertical slice of the game. So do spread the word for us, because it's very, very difficult to get us seen. Eyes on is always difficult with us being a AA studio and fighting the behemoths of the industry that are out there. But this one's a wonderful shot anyway, from Steam, from Soap. And then we have this wonderful widescreen shot. Again, a beautiful environment. I think this is one of the nicest in the game just because of the sheer contrast in the colours. And this is, again, from Steam. But it's from another new player who's playing through with their Sentinel. You can see their Sentinel down. I'm going to zoom in. Let's zoom in a little bit. There's that lovely Sentinel. This is Platina from Steam. And they've done, again, a wonderful job of capturing that environment, the Jean Brie mining installation there. Bearded Frog. One of these days, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is going to be the winning DMZ lottery numbers. Probably the day I forget to buy a ticket. Indeed. So you may check out the scrolling text underneath. It's a little bit of fun lore. I say lore. It's not really lore in any way. It's just based within the universe of Everspace. So yeah, one day, Frog, we might just get them combinations. You never know. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, this one's from Platina over on Steam. Again, I think it's done a wonderful job of capturing a very beautiful environment from the game. And Marv and Tony, who create these wonderful vistas for us, and all the effects team like Marco. Superb. Everybody that's involved, to be fair. It's not just them, but all the assets and everything. We are very, very blessed with amazingly talented developers. But yeah, see, Gary Rodriguez agrees. Absolutely loves this one. Yep. This one caught my eye, but I'm kind of disappointed in the team because they didn't vote this higher, because I really like this. This one is from Jack Rourke over on Steam again. A simple Sentinel, you might say. You might think, okay, that's very, very basic, but I like the basicness of it. And the contrast to the actual environment behind, and you think it just stands out. And I think the other thing that's very, very clever, for me anyway, is the shadow that's almost half the way down the ship. So it kind of horizontally cuts the image in half when you got the light side and the dark side. No reference to any kind of Star Wars there, but and I think it's really, really nice because it's just, I won't say vibrant, but it's very contrasty and very standouty. But it didn't rank high enough. The team were not as impressed as I was. But you know, I don't take that. You know, I don't do the picks. You know, I get to go, hey, these are the screenshots I like. What do you think? Which are the best? But what can I say? But yeah, Jack Rourke over on Steam, or Jack Rourke over on Steam. Wonderful shot, in my opinion, anyway. Just didn't get up there. What can I say? But yeah, nice shot all around. Now, this one, I do like this one. This one is from one of our galactic photographers who popped up with this one on our Discord. It's it's a wonderful shot, and I'm going to have to actually ask them whether this was a kind of an intention or whether it was kind of by design, because all I ever see when I look at this image now is, yes, there's planets and everything, but it just looks like some kind of cartoon character. It really does look like some kind of cartoon character, like, you know, a dog with a nose that you could boop, you know, with the bigger eye and the smaller eye and everything. So I don't know if they were doing it with intent, that it looks like some kind of cartoon dog or cartoon character or something like that. It might not have been, but I think it's a wonderful shot anyway. The team thought it was okay, but again, you know, what can we say? But yeah, very much with the silhouette of the planets with the star behind. I nearly, to try and emphasize my actual point, I nearly actually drew in paint like a cartoon dog around it just to see if that was what the intention was. But you know. we'll leave it in its standard form anyway. But yeah, I all joking aside, I genuinely think it's a really good image because of the silhouette of the planets. It's kind of a kind of an octopus. Johan Cross, whatever happened to Space Hazard for Everspace? What was it? Scratch for Everspace 2? Technically, yes, but because we, with the Eterna system, and this question has been asked before, all the hazards such as the black holes and everything, they were kind of marked and they were updated to the mapping system. So this is kind of law, if you want to take it that way. So what happened is that the Eterna system was updated, the anomalies and space hazards and everything that were around, they were mapped. So basically you would never go near them. They were always kind of, hey, there's a big pothole over there, you can go around it. You know, it's kind of fenced off, so you could never go to them. That's why you don't see them. The other problem with them as well is making them become viable in a kind of open world system. You know, Everspace 1 was roguelike, so you could be going into a single environment and it could be there. It had a chance to appear. Doing that with a more semi-open world system was very, very difficult. It would have been great if we could have done it, but the law, as I said, is that they were mapped out so that you would not encounter them. So yeah, there we go. So yes, you can see the dog now. Yeah, so imagine just the cartoon dog, and I'm sure there's maybe something like one of the Disney films, like Up or something like that, where there's a dog similar to that, like a brown dog with the eyes and, you know, the nose and then the sticking out tongue down here. You know, there you go. Goo creatures from see that. So there we go. Anyway, we kind of digressed a little bit there into cartoon dog territory. Next up, we have this one. Some of the team did like this, and it's we should say some of the G&B folks flying around in a formation, yeah, very unique screenshot. Only because of the Blue's Clues. Yeah, similar Blue's Clues. Yeah. Similar in terms of formation flying, and then the trails from the engines being the contrast to the space behind, but also the coloration. It's very pale and cold and blue, but then you have this very vibrant and very strong yellow trails, which are like, whoa, you know, that's, you know, shockingly stark in comparison, but I think it works. Some of the team did like this. This one again is from Jack Rourke over on Steam, who previously did the shot before with the Sentinel. Lines up face strength. So yeah, there we go. Very, very nice. I did think this might be a little bit higher though. Again, not my choice. This one is aesthetically pleasing for sure. Yeah, I think that's a very good capture when you get plaudits like that. Now, next up, a bit of Wraith love here. Yes, if some of you have played through the DLC, The Wrath of the Ancients, and you've got your hands on the Wraith, or you're playing through it and some of the missions where you get to use this new ship, you will know where you're flying through. And this, again, I think is a wonderful contrast. Very angular, very aggressive ship with moving parts, which, you know, some people like, some people don't like. It's a tough one to master, is the Wraith. But in this screenshot, I think Lord Kane from Steam has seriously mastered this wonderful shot. Again, the environment is very green because of, you know, where you are, but then the angularness of the Wraith really kind of stands out in when there's a lot of round aspect to here. You've got the tubes, you've got the cargo pods that are flying up and down there and everything. So yeah, they've kind of ventured it well, and I think with the purple or the blue that they've probably got on the ship, it's always hard to tell because of the reflections and the overpowering colors that we have within that environment of the greens. I'm not entirely sure of the base color, but there's definitely purples hanging in there somewhere. But yeah, it looks really, really cool. Lord Kane done a marvelous job. You know, a regular poster of screenshots as well over on Steam. We do keep an eye on them, so we get to see them. Wonderful shot. Now, We are into top 4 territory now. I say top 4 because we always put the top 4 up onto socials. And this one again, kind of Wrath of the Ancients territory, which is very, very nice. Always good to see. We're flying in here in this wonderful, wonderful ship. I'm loving the colour. Very like kind of a bronze coloration of the ship. That's nice. I'm liking that. I'm liking that. And this one is from Duplex over on Steam. Great job again. Can't complain about this at all. A wonderful shot as they're heading through one of the wormholes that is littered around Okar space. And this one I think is wonderful. And one of the things that I always like is that you can see into the next area that you're going to. So whether you're coming into this area or you're going to the next area, you can see where you're heading. And I think it's always a nice peak. I know it's a contrast, obviously, because you got this very yellow, swirly wormhole, but then obviously you're going into the new area, which is always purples and darks and everything with the way stations. Now, funny you should say that, Bearded Frog. He's just said over on YouTube that, man, these shots get better every stream. Really, really good. Now, I'm going to share with you a comment actually from Casper, our producer. And his comment to all these screenshots, when I put them up onto for everybody to vote on, was, oh my God, the quality is insane. The community rocks. Now, round of applause there for everybody that brings the screenshots in. Fabulous work, and we're always very, pleased to see them. But yeah, totally wholehearted. Even the team do agree that the ability to play is for manipulating the camera and getting that shot and spending hours. People spend hours doing these, not just, hey, this is real cool fish, I'm going to take a screenshot. They'll go back to that location. They'll go with a specific ship, a specific loadout, a specific coloration. Maybe at a specific time if there's a certain event going on, like an incursion or something like that. And it's not always just like, ding, there you go. They really do plan them, and fair play to Duplex for this one. Indeed, how do you top that? Indeed, how do you top that? But I mean, some of the other ones that we've got to show, I've still got three more. So in third place, and bearing in mind the top 3 were only separated by 2 points. It was ridiculously close again. And this one is this wonderful shot from Pulsar over on Steam in their Sentinel flying through one of the swamps. Such a cool, mysterious environment with the oceans and the swampiness and, the electro-conducting towers that are here as well. But the atmosphere, just superb, really is superb. And the ancient structures in the background, but then you've got the giant, almost like rock formations that have maybe been weathered down by the winds and the waves over the years, on this planet's surface or this environment. It's just phenomenal. And I think as well, when you can see the light rays catching on the water, here with the main star, just trying to burn through the atmosphere. Great. Really, really great. Phenomenal. Yeah, green lights on the ship. Yeah, you can see the little ancillary lights are all green, just really tie in. And then you've got the contrast. And obviously they've caught themselves using the cruise mode as well, because that's the bubble that comes around the ship at the front when you are in there. So they've thought about this really, really well, and they've done a fantastic job. Top marks for Pulsar. But they were beat. This is third place. In second place is a new player from Blue Sky, one of our social platforms, and this one is Dan Tollin. Very similar in terms of using a Sentinel. You can see the Sentinel down there going through the in the cruise mode. Depth of field there, wonderful. I mean, the environment around here, I've just been here with Scraprace and everything, and the scrap fields, but it is one of our very, very iconic environments, and I think that the team agreed this was a beautiful shot. You guys might disagree. Again, it's all personal preference, but predominantly a lot of the team did like this one, but it wasn't the top choice. No, it only lost out by 1 vote, though. It was that close, 1 vote. But I think it's a phenomenal shot. And you know me, I do like depth of field when it's done well. And I think this is really nice how this is just slightly blurred, but everything else is in focus as well. Just thinking about it again, it's just that whole manipulation of the scene. What looks good? Is it the right angle of my ship coming in? The environment in the background, the sun, is it in the right place? Are the clouds right? You know, because obviously some of the clouds move. Brilliant, brilliant. But sadly for Dan Tollin from Blue Sky, he didn't win. He lost out by 1 vote to this shot by quick draw from Steam. There you go. Again, an absolutely amazing environment captured with, I think I say a little bit of panache there, because you've got the big gunship there in the corner, just almost lurking, blending into the darkness, but just the green lights of the environment and just the green tone of their ancillary lights, and a little bit of their booster engines just showing there, which matches with the green and the yellow. Very clever. Very, very clever. And the team thought this was the best of this month. And to be fair, I kind of agree with them. Maybe not exactly, but you know, everybody's different. Everybody's different. Fun place to run riffs, said Gary. Yeah, indeed. But yeah, absolutely superb screenshot, and top marks 2 quick draw from Steam. I do always go back and try and say well done. You've been our top pick of the month, and then we put them onto the socials as well. So if you do see us posting them, then you know where they've come from. And this is our winner for this month, which is, as I said, quick draw from Steam. Now, coming up to time, unfortunately again, my friends, but I just need to remind you about our sales, because we do like to make sure that you get value for money. There's regular sales across all our platforms. Different cooldowns, different times means we can't always have them on at the same time and everything else. But currently, the Steam Summer Sale is on, so we've got discounts on Everspace 1, Everspace 2, and all the manner of DLC on there. So if you want to dive in, again, recommend to your friends. Now is a good time to dive in with up to 80% discount, even higher on Everspace 1 for our stuff. So grab them for sure. Good Old Games as well has got their summer sale on. Again, more discounts on Everspace 1 and Everspace 2. Humble Bundle, the Frame Perfect sale is on. Again, Everspace 1, Everspace 2, lots of discounts there. And then Fanatical, they've got Red Hot sale on. So if you want to dive onto Fanatical, you can grab it from there as well. Lots of different choices for that. We've also got a bundle deal reminder for all of our bundles, which we have on Steam now. So we've got Everspace 2 and X4 Foundations. We've got Everspace 2 Enhanced Space Shipbreaker, Everspace 2 Void Crew, Everspace 2 Star Trek Voyager Across the Unknown, and Everspace 2 and In the Black. Okay, they are the bundles that are available. Yes, they are available to you. So remember, if they are on discount, they're on the Steam sale, you get an extra 10% off because they are a bundle. You can save in more. Now, if you own one of those titles already, so obviously you guys and girls that are here probably already got Everspace 2. If you were to get Void Crew, for example, you get 10% off as well, just because it's a bundle. So you'd get the sale price if it's on sale, plus an extra 10%. There you go. How good is that? Maybe have a look. Take a look there. I just want to double check on something before we go, because I just want to make sure that I haven't missed anything. Oh yes, PlayStation. The Everspace 1 Stellar Edition. That is on sale. So if you want to play on the PlayStation, that you want to play the Everspace 1 Stellar Edition, which includes the DLC, now's your chance. Yeah. Next month, which will be into August. This month is just, this year rather, is just flying by. We'll be back on the 7th of August. So it's like a full month, because I think the way it works is just before the Friday is the Friday the 31st of August, 31st of July. So we'll be the 7th of August for our next one. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be splitting our stream. We're going to be doing Everspace 1 and Everspace 2. Now, I kind of pushed for this because I really enjoyed playing Everspace 1 in the last stream, and I know you boys and girls enjoyed it as well. So I think we're going to split and do Everspace 1 and Everspace 2. I don't know if we're going to be able to do any more dev streams for a while. I'm going to poke the team, see if I can get anybody else to come on and do some more. If you do have any suggestions for anybody you'd like to see from the team, I can ask them. not everybody wants to do them. Sometimes they're a little bit shy and everything, and we can talk about their job if they're willing to do it. And just a reminder, in August, we will be having our team meetup. We call it the RFG Day, where everybody from all around the globe, we all fly into Hamburg and get to meet up and spend the day together and have a good meeting, talking, presentations and everything else. But that's going to be mid to late August. So, yeah. Do join us again in about a month's time. Help us spread the word of all the sales and all the choices and everything else. And yeah, we will see you again in a month's time. But yeah, I'm Gary, your community manager. Enjoy it immensely. Hope you can join us in the next one. But in the meantime, folks, take care, be good. We'll see you soon. Bye for now. I'm going to find the right button. There it is.
You have been granted passage among our stars.
This is a sacred service. Join our fleet's torchbearers.
It is the human who defiles our pilgrimage.
No one has ever ventured this far.
If the ancients turned their eye back to us, well, what could a beetle do against a hurricane?
What the hell's wrong with the sky?
Are you about to do something unwise?
Absolutely.
What have you done to me?